Thank you for too kind. I want to thank you for coming out today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Welcome to this Can't Be Life podcast. I'm your host, Donell Roberts. We are here again for episode number two. Episode number two. Wow. It's been it's been a journey. I'm just kidding. Episode number two. What are we discussing today? Oh my God, do I got a topic for you guys? I got some gems to drop on you today. Today episode is about relationships. If you remember in episode one, I clearly stated that life is about two things. It's about you living your purpose, and it's about relationships. Oh my goodness, yeah. So let's just get into it. Let's just deep dive right into it. Let's dive off the deep end. Who I'm about to dive in. Oh my God, relationships. So there's several different relationships that you can have. You know what I mean? You can obviously have what everybody wants to talk about, that spouse or that significant other, that boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife type relationship, right? And then, you know what I mean, how to go about that, how to have a happy, healthy relationship with that. And then another extremely just as important relationship is your friendships, right? Which is huge, you know what I mean? And then you got the relationship with your family members, your child, your parent, your siblings, which is just as important as the previous two, right? So let's first let me just give you a little background on my relationships. As you guys know, I got married at a very, very young age, at 19, and wow, I cannot tell you how unhealthy I was for that relationship. I mean, obviously immaturity, but the biggest thing was the emotional abuse, and I never looked at it as abuse because you know you don't think you leave a mark physically, so if there's no physical marks, you don't think it as abuse, but it definitely is. It definitely is. If you are the verbal abuse, and it don't even have to be curse words. I've never been a huge cursor, you know what I mean? I've never been big into cussing. but still managed to be verbally abusive, still managed to be emotionally abusive, withholding emotions, oh man, we get on, oh my God, we like it. That relationship, I basically, even after the divorce, I took those bad habits and just carried them into every single relationship after that, and the friendships, and to my relationship with my children. You know what I mean? And oh my God, I can't even tell you, because I looked at it as me being as me trying to teach somebody something, you know what I mean? And basically, like, if a person wasn't their best for me, then I had to show them, you know? And man, I used to pick fights about anything. Chicken again? We have a chicken again? I mean, like, forgive me for laughing. I mean, you know, it's not something that's funny, but it compiled into who I was. You know what I mean? This toxic person that looked like they had everything together from the outside, looking in, but truly was just a virus, a cancer cell in every single relationship in my life, even down to I was living in Colorado after my divorce, and I agreed with my younger brother that he could come stay out with me. And man, I had a house, and my lease was coming up, and I just decided not to renew it. I met some chick and was gonna move in with her or whatever, and didn't even tell my brother. He moved all the way out there, and man, I was like, didn't tell him, moved out, packed up everything, and man, just kind of basically like tossed my own brother out in the street. And just looking back on that now, I'm so ashamed and like so heartbroken that I can do my baby brother like that. And obviously, we're good today, but I cannot apologize to him enough for just. And then, like, he went to go stay with like one of his friends that he met out there, and then I think I tried to fight the friend one time. Like, I don't know. It's literally embarrassing, but I really just was a cancer to relationships around me. First and foremost, I didn't put the right people around me. You know what I mean? Like people that I viewed as my friends weren't my friends. They were critical, they were judgmental, they were just, the wrong. You have to ensure that the people around you have your best interests at heart. And you could check that quite easily. Tell them a story that involves you in your current day, in your current time, and you can have it with a negative ending or a positive ending, but if it has a positive ending and they don't show some type of happiness towards that positive ending for you, be cautious. If it's a negative ending and they're either satisfied or they try to top your negativity with more negativity, like, oh, that happened to you, but guess what happened to me? If they don't try to console you in no way, shape, or form, they not good for you. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta be able to see, and I know what it is too, because people in this day and age, we are so far away from relationships. It's not even a focus on our heart or on our mind, because we've been reading these memes out here. I know what you be reading them memes. Put your head down and grind by yourself. Like, what? If you look at anybody successful today on a bigger picture and they're happy in their success, it's because of what they do and the team that is around them. You have to get a successful team around you, a healthy group of individuals that have your best interests at heart. Not every day that every single person has to be working towards your goal, but you gotta have people around you that love you and want you to succeed and want you to win just as much as they want to win themselves. And on some days, they want to see you win more than they want to see themselves win. Those are the type of people, those are the type of friends that you have to have around you. Now, I'm going a little too deep, too quick, but let's talk about parenting, right? Because every parent, I know most of my listeners are parents, and you might not look at it like this, but every single parent is a leader, right? And as a leader, you got to know what direction you're going in. I look at parenting as almost being a shepherd, right? You're not necessarily forcing nobody into a particular direction, but you're more or less trying to guide them. You know what I mean? Just guiding them in the direction that is best for their life, right? So, although you might know what, or you have a concept or idea of what you want them to do, as a parent, allow that individual to come up with the how, right? I say it like this, right? You want your kid to be I don't know, maybe a football player or a wrestler. My son plays football, right? And in the beginning, I wanted him to go up against, my son is the biggest kid on the team. So I wanted him to go up against the bigger kids, the older kids. I didn't want him to get hurt, but I wanted him to get like roughed up a little bit. You know what I mean? To make him tougher, to make him stronger, to make him better than the kids his age. But all losses and no wins, no matter what you're doing, is not healthy for a person. So you gotta allow them to choose the route to your what for themselves, the how for themselves, right? So you designate a goal. I need you to graduate from college or from high school, and let them figure out the how. It'll give them, and obviously on a smaller scale when you got the younger kids, even just basic things like, you got to eat your vegetables. You figure out how you eat them vegetables, whether you got to wrap them in bacon or whatever, but you going to eat them vegetables. And it teaches them so much, so many different skills. You know what I mean? Just how to be problem solvers, how to complete a task, how to use their ability just to be open-minded, and it's just the opportunity is unlimitless. There's no limit to it, to what these kids can come up with. And in relationships, in this particular relationship, I always say you have to have a standard. You know what I mean? You, as a parent, you have to have a standard, but let your standard be waivable. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, this person is a human being too, and they're your child. You made mistakes, so be accepting when they make mistakes, because you understand that you, in your upgrowing in your maturity, you made mistakes too, right? Just understand that even within their relationship, in every relationship in your life, there has to be a friendship there. And I know you like, I ain't get into this to be my child's friend. Like, relax. You can still meet at a common ground and have some type of friendship there. And I promise you, it'll increase your relationship as a parent. But let's get into that friendship, okay? Like I said before, make friends with people who want the best for you. And it's simple as that. Yeah, it's just cut and dry. It's very, very cut and dry. Because look at it like this. The only currency that we have in this world, truly, even if you pull out a dollar bill, I wish I had a dollar bill in my pocket, I don't. But if you pull out a dollar bill, you look on the front and back, it's not backed by anything. At one point in time, the American dollar was backed by a certain amount of gold. You know what I mean? But the American dollar is not backed by anything. And the only currency that you have in this world today is your time. That's the only thing that you really have to spend that is truly, truly worth something. That's why, like, we make sayings like, time is money. You know what I mean? Because it truly is. That is the only currency that is of value in our day and age is time. So who you choose to spend your time on is where you put your value. So you want to ensure that you are putting your time and your money and your effort into quality people. Because you want to know who you are? Forget that mirror. Look at the friends around you. You want to know what your value is as a person? Look at the individuals that you choose to place around you. And that is truly going to tell you who you are. Even if you don't conduct yourselves on that level, if you place yourself around business owners and CEOs and very successful individuals, you will begin to think with that mind. If you place yourself around amazing parents, your parenting skills will get better because you see examples all around you. You put yourself around garbage, you're going to be trash. As simple as that. It is that simple. So, make friends with people that want the best for you. Make sure that your friends have your best interests at heart. And I'm not saying, listen, don't go around cutting off your child. Like, look, I know you too, but Donell said that I just feel like the way you be waking up in the middle of the night asking for some milk, you don't got my best interest at heart. Do not, you know what I mean. Be conscious of the individuals that you place yourself around. If people doing the same thing that they was doing yesterday, today, they might not be the most progressive people. They might not be the most forward-thinking people, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable, but at some point you gotta get off the treadmill and you gotta actually start to run on the road. You know what I mean? You gotta actually beat that pavement. You gotta progress. You gotta make steps forward. And you got to put yourself in relationships with individuals that are on the same journey, that are taking the same path. I had a conversation with the most important person in my life, and we were discussing progressing in a career field and progressing in the works of today. And it's hard because you got social media and you looking at everybody around you, or everybody on social media is doing the exact same thing you're doing, and you see them getting, their followers are increasing, they're doing this and they're doing that, and how they going about it is different. They saying crazy stuff, they doing crazy stuff, they putting themselves out there in crazy ways that their buzz gets created a lot faster than it would if they was doing it organically, right? And we call that taking the stairs, right? Versus taking the elevator. Taking the stairs, it takes a lot longer. You remember every step and every floor and every bit of that journey. But when you get to the top, it's so much more worth it, because that journey it's been earned. It's been earned every single step. You ain't just step on that elevator and press that button and take it all the way to the top floor. You remember every floor passed. It's different. You cut from a different cloth, and you need to make sure that your breed, who you are as a person, the material in which that you have been created from, that you are placing yourself around like-minded individuals. You do not want to sell yourself short based on the individuals that you choosing to place yourself around. Did I go too deep? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. All right, let's reel it back. Okay, let's laugh. No. No, I'm just joking. I don't want to go too deep. I just want to express how serious the issue is. You know what I mean? Friendship is a very, very special and unique topic that needs to be discussed and dealt with with some respect. You better put some respect on that name and some, some sense of delicacy. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing if it's done right. And quite often we ain't doing it right. Just because they listen to Drake and you listen to Drake, y'all think y'all supposed to be best friends. That is not it. It just it's a little more to it. But let us discuss this relationship. So now relationship, so much is done off the premise and the basis of sexual selection. Now, I know some people don't understand what that means. Sexual selection is basically like, think about a peacock, right? The male peacock is beautiful in its colors and the way he spreads his feathers to make himself more desirable for the female. You know what I mean? So men, human beings, we do the exact same thing. You know what I mean? You see these guys with the big muscles and the fancy cars and the excessive amount of baby oil. No, I'm just joking. Not the baby oil. But men, we do the exact same thing. We try to make our value in your eyes more presentable, more desirable, right? By pushing our stock up. You know what I mean? Doing things that we think is appealing to your eyes. So that's basically like just understanding the basics, the foundation. And this is not just a human thing. So many different animals. I mean, from the lions and the gorillas and all them different animals, they do the exact same thing. It's sexual selection, right? But we got to get down to see to understanding why certain things happen in your relationship, right? Why she does this, why he does that. Let's just start with the basics. Like I said before, every single relationship, including your relationship with your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is, it has to be a friendship there, right? The lack of friendship is why people could be in a relationship and still be lonely. Because that lack of friendship. You know what I mean? You can be in a house with your family and still be lonely. It's because the lack of friendship. You haven't seeked out for your friend, whoever that person's partner is. Right? I used to do that. I would try to find women who could complete me. Because when I came back from that deployment, I was jacked up. I was messed up. I was just a fraction of a being that just did not want to be here. Didn't look at myself as anything. And I wanted a woman who could make me feel better. I wanted somebody who could validate me. And the issue in today's relationship is that people get into relationships broken. And you expect the person that you with to fix you. Coming into a relationship beat up, messed up, a fraction of yourself, bitter, what's another one? Just hateful, critical. It's wrong. It's not fair to that other person, first and foremost. But you can't blame the other person because they probably doing the exact same thing. They are looking for somebody to complete them, and not in the right way either. You're unhappy with yourself, and you're basically putting yourself in this person's lap. Like, here, make me happy. Go ahead. Let's see it. Let's see what you can do. Do the trick you do. Do the thing. Do the thing you do. Do the thing. Do that thing. Do the thing. Man, y'all gotta forgive me, man. It's late over here. But that's what we do. That's exactly what we do. We give our broken selves to this person, and you expect them just to make you better. And that is not their job at all. At all. One of the most important things in a relationship, a intimate relationship between you and another person, is you have to ensure that you are whole prior to. And I know a lot of people go through a lot of different stuff in previous relationships, but it is your obligation. You owe that to that next person that you care about, to fix you prior to. I think that's huge. That's so important. It's to come in this relationship ready to have a decent, quality, honest, and understanding relationship that is healthy for all involved parties. Even if you got to go to counseling, why? You know, I'm not even gonna say people, because I know, like, I got some half of my friends that are like, man, they go to counseling for everything. They got a career coach, career counselor, a marital counselor over here, and I'm not gonna make it a race thing, but then I got the friends over here. I don't even know if they got somebody to talk to over here, because over here you got to be so tough and you got to be so hard that they can't be honest and intimate and true about their true feelings. They just got to be hard all the time. But nevertheless, I feel like that's another topic for another day that we gonna dig into. We gonna dig in that. We gonna talk about that for sure. But anyway, don't be afraid don't be afraid to work on yourself in your time of singleness, because it's so huge coming into that new relationship, not walking in with baggage, or not walking in with a mess. And coming into any relationship or any situation, nobody is perfect. That's not what I'm saying. Don't misconstrue it and believe that I think that you're supposed to be perfect coming in, but you should be somewhat workable. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a difference between being perfect and just being a mess. So, just make sure you tightening up yourself prior to the intro of this relationship, and then understanding cues, right? Because the thing about it is, when we get in relationships, we get comfortable. You stop doing all that stuff you used to do. You don't kiss me the way you used to. You don't even look at me like you used to. Why you don't look at me like you used to no more? And then with men, women, you got to understand. Men, let us understand that women are very, very emotional beings, right? And women, let's understand that men are very, very unemotional, emotionally unavailable people naturally, right? You don't believe me? Let me lay this out for you. Let's go for a ride, right? In a car. Right? Go for a simple ride in a car, right? Say a male is driving and a female is in a passenger seat. Let me tell you how this ride gonna go. This is the female. Slow down. Speed up. Why are you going so fast? Why are you going so slow? Stop here. Turn here. Turn right there. Why do you feel the need to accelerate so aggressively? Like, that's women. And a man, let me tell you, man, when a man understands where he's going, that's it. That's all there is to it. I don't gotta say nothing. I don't gotta do nothing, but just get us from where we are to where the destination lies. Right? Now understand that not just in the aspect of taking that drive, but in the aspect of your journey in life. Men are very core beings. We follow our core. We have accepted and understood the destination, and we are moving towards that destination with very little need for a conversation, very little need for anything much than the direction to that destination. Now, a woman, that's the difference between a woman and a man. A man is focused on the destination, and a woman is focused on the journey. That's why she is very critical of you every single turn, every stop, every acceleration, every slow down, because it's about the journey for a woman. So when you understand that small premise, I mean, just me in general, right? I'm not trying to be braggadocious or anything. I drive a Ram 3500. It's a bigger, uncomfortable ride. I don't have leather. I don't have a sunroof. It's a man's truck. You know what I mean? It's a truck. It's aggressive on the highway. It is, but it pulls. Its towing capabilities, and this is not me trying to sell you on a Ram pickup, even though it's a good truck. No, go get you a truck now. I'm not trying to sell you on a Ram pickup, but I'm trying to tell you that I don't really care about the comfortability in the midst of the journey, as long as that it can get me and whatever I'm towing from the start to the destination. That is my priority. But when I'm dealing with my significant other, she constantly is telling me how uncomfortable the ride is. And she likes the AC on, and she likes for me to slow down and speed up. I know the police be over here. We got to slow down. You know, like it's about that journey for her versus me. My vision, I have tunnel vision. I'm very focused on the destination. So when you're with a woman, you have to understand that premise, and for women, you got to understand that about a man. And man, like, give that young lady a break, okay? Because we are so emotionally unavailable, especially the further and further, into that relationship we get, that she has to what it looks like to you is that she's picking a fight, right? Or not. I wouldn't say picking a fight. It looks like she's. It's a altercation or conversation that that gets a little more hot and heated than it normally would, and it's because women want to be able to feel you, right? They're emotional beings, so they want to feel some type of emotion. They want to derive some type of emotion out of you. So they might feel you with some fluffer, a little jazz, just to get you all riled up, more or less. Yeah, get your underwear in a knot, is the saying that the kids say, huh? Just to get emotion or something out of you. You know what I mean? It's not that she wants to fight, but she wants to feel you. You're not allowing her to feel you because you're so emotionally unavailable. So she creates conflict where there is no conflict, so she can derive some type of emotion out of you. She don't want to fight, but she wants to get something out of your unavailable, emotionless self while you just sitting over there on the couch. Look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. Look at you. Get off the couch. Okay. Hey. Okay. Hey. Just set a reminder in your phone to be there a little more. Set a reminder in your head. Set a reminder in your heart that is your friend. Right? And as your friend, I want to be there for my friend. I want to make sure my friend is good. Are you good? And not that daily. Yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm cool. Not that. Not that response. I mean, like, no, seriously. Are you okay? Are we okay? Cause man, man, like I married you, didn't I? I'm here, ain't I? Yeah, look at you. You sure do know how to get a brother going. Look at you. You are something else. You know that? You are. That's not enough. It's not enough that you just married her or you here, ain't I? And women, oh, you young ladies. Now I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. It's there is a lot of keys that you can use, a lot of tools, a lot of pillars, and the foundation of a relationship that you can use to ensure success in your relationship. But I'm gonna give you 3 that I am incorporating in the relationships in my life between my friends and family and my significant other, to try to ensure that we play the game right. You know what I mean? And we're conscious of what we're doing. So number 1 is be curious and not critical. Okay. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Be curious and not critical. It's so easy to walk into situations and environments and not know what's going on and be critical of that situation and environment. So instead of us being critical, let's be curious. Okay. Connect before we correct. Okay. There's this saying that I think about it all the time, and it is from a very prominent preacher down south. I'm not gonna name drop on him, but he says people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and that is basically the entire aspect of connect before we correct. Okay. Let's build some type of rapport before we try to fix people. Because you know what you need? You need to fix yourself. Let's build a relationship before we fix somebody. All right, before we walk around fixing folks. And then last but not least is tomorrow is not promised. Okay? If we just think about that when it comes to our relationships. Cuz I've had so many friends that I haven't seen again, that I didn't leave it the best way. I didn't do everything I could to make sure that individual knew that I loved them and that I had their back, and they was my best friend, And that next day just didn't come for that person. And it's that's something I got to live with, okay? And I don't wish that on nobody. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for your friends. I don't want that for your relationships. So understand that tomorrow is not promised, and I want you to live by that. So I'm going to go over them again. Be curious, not critical is number 1. Connect before we correct is number 2. And tomorrow is never promised is number 3. All right. Let's take those with us as we go about our journey, as we move about, okay, in our relationships, because relationships is the biggest issue, honestly, in our country today. And I'm not reaching. That's not me trying to just drive this point home. Good relationships keep us happier and healthier through social connections, family, friends, community. Loneliness kills brain functions, declines sooner than anything. Okay, just quality relationships, man. Because that it's not just about having a relationship, but having a quality relationship. The lack of quality relationships is just ridiculous. And that it just try to have a satisfied relationship in any relationship that you have. Try to put some quality behind it. Anything that you have is worth working for. Any relationship that you will have in this life is going to take some effort, whether it be with your parents, your children, your friends, your spouse, or your significant other. Whatever it is, it's going to take work. Do not be lazy. Give your currency to the people that you care about. Give it up. Make it rain on the ones you love. What? Give it up. Get that money up. Give up that currency. Your time is your currency. Pay it to the people that you love. Fork it over. Give it up. Okay. All right. I'm through. I'm beating a dead horse. I am so grateful that you guys decided to listen in. I really hope that you took something from today's podcast. You guys go ahead and follow us at Tribe Brand on Instagram and on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our videos. Listen, please leave a comment. DM us on Tribe Brand on Instagram. You know what I mean? I want to get some feedback. Want to know, should I give it up? Is this just terrible? I'm not going to give it up, so I don't care what y'all say. But should I give it up? Is it terrible? What do you want to talk about? Give me the content. Give me the conversations. Let me know what's affecting your life today. And we'll talk about it, whether it be from finances to relationships, to just living your purpose, to whatever it is. Let's discuss it. Let's put it on the table. You know what I mean? Let's get better as people. I just want you to be better today than you were yesterday. That's my purpose. That's my goal. This is Tribe. Shout out to the company Tribe Brand. This Can't Be Lyfe podcast, and I'm your host, Donell Roberts. I love you all, and I'm grateful that you decided to listen in. Be blessed. Thank you.